So now I'm going to try bringing back the Ursaluna that I dismissed very early on in the World Championship prep. Because I still feel like I need a slot Pokemon in this slots to help with Shadow Rider and with Miraidon, and Ursaluna still does the stuff. And setup with Screamtail is usually a good thing. Like, if you haven't seen my logic of this Ursaluna, because Moonlight in the Sun heals 75%, and this is like a pseudo Lunala, and then I kind of have a third restricted on the team, because, you know, Heatran is restricted. So, I will test out this Ursaluna now. Although, I should put it into alphabetical order, because that's correct. Although I was putting Pokemon on the 6th slot, just to go through a load of iterations, because I'm pretty sure it's the 5 plus Ursaluna. And let's test it out in this one. Because if this was Gouging Fire, then I would have still been quite reasonable, although the Ursaluna does change things just a little bit. What's it over? It's over the Raging Bolt, isn't it? It's the Life Orb variants, which is the not as good one for me. This is Safety Goggles, that's okay, so let's go with Brute Bonnet, and let's just try out this Ursaluna and see if it is reasonable. Do I bring Heatran against this? Walking Wake is decent if Calyrex is taken care of. Screamtail is decent as well. Let's go full support and just see what happens, because I'm testing things out. Yeah, this guy's 1500s as well. Again, people lead this against me for some reason. I still don't know why. I get the freest Spore. Like, you just let me get the Spore. Right, so this should still be pretty reasonable, because I'll live the Psychic, because I'm a very bulky Ursaluna. If they fake me out, then yeah, fair enough. But I get the Spore. There's nothing you can do to stop it. I hope that everyone follows the same logic of Incineroar Calyrex is for some reason a good lead against me, but it's not. Alright, cool. Thank you for the free special defense boost, right? And now they're going to think that U-Turn and Astral Barrage is going to be enough to KO me, and it is going to be incredibly close because they are Life Orb. Let's see, will they be? Blood Moon get them? It won't. I'll need a +1. So we'll see if U-Turn and Astral Barrage will get the Brute Bonnet. It's going to be incredibly close. It is not going to be close in the slightest. They'll get some good damage. But again, I get my boost, so I'm all good. And here's Urshifu. Cool. So then that means I can switch to Koraidon and their Focus Ash, so Blood Mooning is not worth it. It's just Earth Power. They should fake out and attack the Ursaluna like this. Yep. And then just close combat. Fine with me. Okay, so they revealed all 4 Pokemon now. That's decent. I don't think they would Terra Ghost. If they do, that's not correct. I don't want Terra Poison. I think I'll just accept the close combat and Breaking Swipe and Blood Moon this Incineroar, because then this should KO whatever happens. There's the Terra Ghost, as expected. Now you've opened your Calyrex up to be Sucker Punched, which is very good. Close combat won't do as much now because they're Breaking Swiped. I'll get my Citrus Berry. Like so. They will Parting Shot me to neutral, but here's a huge hit into the Calyrex. And that was good damage. Okay, so now just Screamtail and Brute Bonnet might be able to do it on their own, which is quite funny. I want to pin them with Sucker Punch, so I'll lose one of these. Should protect here, and if Blood Moon did that much, Earth Power won't be enough, so let's try and just KO the Urshifu. I want to lose one Pokemon here, but then I probably should just attack, right? Yeah, I should just attack. That's okay, I lose both Pokemon. And like I said, Screamtail and Brute Bonnet amusingly can solo this, because they've used their Terra. So let's go with... it's not quite going to work. No, I didn't want to lose both Pokemon there. I had the right idea and then lost the logic. So what do I want here? they're surely going to protect the Calyrex on this turn. I mean, I still should do this, but like, Sucker Punch is too obvious, right? So I'm going to sack the Urshifu, right? So I'm going to keep the Urshifu. No, they weren't going to sack the Urshifu. Okay, fair enough. However, I can still Sucker Punch you. And just get some Dazzling Gleam. That's fine. And I can Encore you as well. No, the Rillaboom is just about going to be able to do it, isn't it? Because they're going to U-turn here. So I need to KO the Urshifu, or Sporo would be better. Yeah, there's the U-turn, and I get Spore, so actually this is still very doable with my pure support. Right, so I guess Pollen Puff here and Dazzling Gleam, get some damage. Grassy Terrain's still going to be on the field, so they'll be able to probably still do this. But the play of like unprotecting the Koraidon and sacking it was not the play. Grassy Glide will get me. So I have to play as if it's not going to. Not Spore, that's not what I want. Pollen Puff. And I mean, they both haven't attacked, so it should just be Dazzling Gleam. Yep, they Grassy Glide, and I don't think I will be able to 1v2. I will be too slow. I should have encored immediately the Grassy Glide, because then I would have maybe had time. Because I'd have disabled on that previous turn, but no, that didn't work. Alright. Yeah, again, that was just Calyrex and the 3, and Gouging Fire Brute Bonnet whomps on that. So sacrificing Gouging Fire just for that, I'm not sure it's worth it. Like, Gouging Fire, like, this will be common. It's EUIC. Like, this is the dilemma I have. Because Gouging Fire is really good against this team, this kind of team, and it's okay against the rest. Whereas Ursaluna can patch up some other matchups, and I'm still up in the air of what it should be. I still want to lead with Brute Bonnet against this. I'm going to go Koraidon, I'm going to go Stream Tail afterwards, and then I'll have Ursaluna. And what I'm going to do is they're going to completely switch things up, that's okay. This one's okay. That should be fine to start off with. Because Close Combat will do good damage to Brute Bonnet, but it won't KO because my defense boost is quite nice. Yeah, just Rillaboom, that's fine. And they do commit their Terror immediately. I'm happy enough with that. Right. Alright, so they got a U-turn here. I'm fine with Bonnet being burned. That's okay. Because something's getting spored. Yep, that's fine. That is a worthwhile trade for sure. So let's go into Koraidon now, and they're going to switch, but I had to disable that because I can't let Koraidon get burned. So let's play the odds a little. That was not what I wanted. Now they'll switch to Psychic. Yeah, that one turn wake kind of screws me. Yeah, they're going to just switch to Incineroar and Psychic the Koraidon. If I do that, they can't touch the Brute Bonnet. Yep, cool. Got that correct. And now they can't touch Brute Bonnet at all. But this will just be a Rillaboom switch in and something with the Incineroar. So it's Spore and... They're not going to Psychic the Scream Tail, right? You have to switch out. They Psychic the Scream Tail, I immediately lose. They Psychic the Scream Tail. I find that surprising they would have just let me get that. However, let's get them Ursaluna action going. So, and get my Terastallization here. And I'm going to have to do this now. And again, I need to play the odds, because otherwise they will be able to... Nope, they did just switch. That's okay. I think I'm going to lose this one. This already shows why Gouging Fire is kind of necessary on the team, which is annoying, because it doesn't seem like it's doing much otherwise. But it just absolutely whomps on this matchup. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there. I'm gonna switch back to Gouging Fire. Because that losing to restricted Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu is not good. Like, obviously they're good Pokemon, but that, like, if I'm an anti-meta player, I need to be able to beat that, and the Ursaluna version doesn't, whereas Gouging Fire just completely whomps on it. So I think it might just need to be Gouging Fire, and I will have a couple of holes in the team. But then again, every team has holes. There's no perfect matchup. Perfect team, I should say. Right, let's try, because they got the Landorus again. It was Choice Scarf this time. And it's in prison. Originally, like, he's the only Pokemon that can protect. That's quite funny. Right, let's go Brute Bonnet and Heatran, Koraidon, and Walking Wake. That's a perfectly acceptable lead for me. Oh, I didn't see they were safety goggles. That's less of an acceptable lead for me. Okay. Oh, and this isn't the Pollen Puff version. Whoops. Right, I'm going to force them to be honest and follow me. They have to. I could have got some chip, but I wasted that attack. So let's go for... Let's just keep doing this. And now I get my sub. That's good. They outspeed me, though, which means they will be able to get the KO with Glacial Lance next turn, but that would be okay, because then... yeah, that's fine, because now, if they get the KO, that's going to be close. Yeah, because now I can go into... They're trapped, and I can go into... What's better? Koraidon on Breaking Swipe? Yeah, Breaking Swipe, because they're Dragon. Nice. So let's go Dragon. Is it worth Terrafiring to survive? No, I'm just going to hit. I'm going to KO. Big damage. Whoa! Nice crit. Just hit. Come on, come on. Heatran. Heatran. Yes. Easy. That's why you're on Breaking Swipe. That's good. Didn't notice the safety goals on the Indini, so I need to keep that in mind, because Brute Bonnet Heatran is not the most ideal lead now. However, Koraidon Heatran, just going with that, should be reasonable, which will open up my Brute Bonnet and then have Walking Wake in the future. Cool, because this just OHKOs the Indini, and I will get my sub, and if they gets the Glacial Lance, that's perfectly fine. That's worth it, because now the safety goggles is no longer a thing. And they did just Trick Room as well, so I'm happy enough with that. That's Choice Band. I can Terra Fairy and Terra Blast. Is that worth it just so that I can... because it could Terra Poison, and Magma Storm might get it in the sun, but then I can't... Yeah, I can't Terra the Brute Bonnet, and I want to Terra the Brute Bonnet. But it doesn't matter, because the Brute Bonnet underspeeds, so that's fine. Right? That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's Break and Swipe and Terra Terra Blast. And hopefully I underspeed the Urshifu, which I should, based on the fact they have Electro Web. Cool. And then no Amoonguss, please. There's Amoonguss. Okay. It's still perfectly fine because I underspeed. So we're going to trade Spores, like so, and then who's going to wake up first? So... what's the best way around of doing this, then? If I should have Pollen Puff, but I'll sort that now. Have I not sorted it yet? Because I think I do want to try Pollen Puff. Cool. And yep. So what's the best way around to do this? We are playing the odds. I think I just need a 1-turn sleep at least. Start getting the chip, I guess. Yeah, that's good damage. That's in range. Yes, and... okay, right, fine. And then... so long as I just get the Wake Up and get a Magma Storm into the Amoonguss this turn, I'll be okay, because it will KO in the sun. So... yeah, it doesn't matter what happens here, as long as I just get a Magma Storm off. Ooh. Wake up, Heatran, I'm living this, but wake up, Heatran. Ooh. Ah, of course not. Well, that's quite frustrating, because now I do lose, because they Rage Powder and they win. That's unfortunate, but that was just getting unlucky. Because they woke up and I didn't, and if I did wake up and hit, I would have won. So, let's do the same thing. I think I'm content with that. But I will Magma Storm straight away this time. And still Brute Bonnet, still Walking Wake. Like that's still correct. I was just unlucky with the sleep turns there. They went with the same thing. Do they Terra Fairy here? I'm going to Flare Blitz just to keep them honest. If they Terra Fairy, then funny. Because there's still KOs regardless. And if they like get cheeky and tries to switch to Amoonguss as close combats, then yeah, it doesn't matter. So that KOs. And they didn't Terra, just hit Heatran. Nice, that's huge damage. Look at that damage. And if they Trick Rooms, yeah, that's just got to be game over straight away, right? Because, yeah, now I'm all good. Because I can just Terra Fairy and I win. Cool, so let's Terra Fairy, let's go for Magma Storm to the Amoonguss. I'm going to go sleep, it doesn't matter. And I go Brute Bonnet, and I Spore the Urshifu, and I wake up at some point. Yep, that two-shots me, but I underspeed. You're asleep. And... doesn't really matter. Yeah, just again, wake up. Just wake up. And... yeah, into the Amoonguss is better. I probably should have switched the Walking Wake there, because I was always going to get Pollen Puffed. And of course I get the 3-turn sleep as well. But I still should be good. It's just Dragon Pulse here, and again, Magma Storm, I'm guaranteed to wake up, just hit the Zoom Lens. And that should be game over then. Like so. Cool. So, a net negative, but oh well. The score isn't too important, it's just the practice that's the important thing. And okay, so, what's that over? What's the Iron Crown over? Golden Go, that's what it's over. Okay, I think that's a reasonable adaptation. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so against this, I want my Screen Turn in the back for sure. I need my Walking Wake to deal with the Dondozo, but it might be a fast one. Yeah, against this version of the team, I don't think... oh, they're gone. I don't think my matchup is very good into this version of the team. Especially without my Chien-Pao now. Oh, my Choice Scarf on the GU as well. Well, I should outspeed their Miraidon at least. Yeah, let's go Koraidon, Heatran, and Screamtail on Walk and Wake. Right. That's reasonable. Is it worth double protecting first turn so that they commit their terror or don't commit their terror? No, they just don't know that I can just Oko them. And I will trap the Chi-Yu so they can't Dondozo. This KOs. Like so. So, don't flinch. Get trapped. Oh, no! The Dondozo was trapped. That's annoying. Right, so let's go to Screamtail then, because they've got to switch. They didn't switch. Still should be okay. So let's close combat here and... Yeah, they've got to go Tatsugiri now. There we go. So we'll see if I still outspeed them. And they went into the wrong slot. That's good, because I can disable them now. Damage, and then I don't want to KO them just yet. Believe it's it was so what was going to happen was Walking Wake and disable and do nothing so that the struggle doesn't KO them with the Dazzling Gleam chip, and then it would have been Dazzling Gleam and Dragon Pulse and Dazzling Gleam, and then I would have been able to switch back to Koraidon and Dazzling Gleam again. So that's reasonable. I'm going to Flare Blitz the Miraidon this time. Because now they know. Like that's why you should run Life Orb Close Combat. Regular collision course with Clear Amulet will not be able to do that. Whereas Life Orb does. Oh, it's just Dragonite. Okay. They don't have a ground move. So... what are they going for here? It's multi-scale as well. Well, if I Terror, they can barely touch my Heatran. So yeah, let's just trap it. And they would have let me Breaking Swiped it, so that's fine. Yep, just don't flinch. Nice. Don't flinch, don't flinch. And they are trapped. Which means that Breaking Swipe can KO them, and there's no way that they just sacrifice their Terra Normal right now. Well, sacrifice their Terra. So it's Terra Blast, and it is get a sub, or... So they did exactly over the substitute amount. Yeah, let's KO them. That's fine. They did sacrifice their Terra. Wow. Was that worth it? Oh, well, now it was worth it, wasn't it? Oh, that's so annoying, because that would have been just Screamtail, you're trapped, and well, disable here and substitute. That's quite frustrating, because that would have been completely free. Okay, they did bring Miraidon. That's fair enough. Area listed too much there. Let's disable here and just Terra Blast. It will still do good damage. It should have been Magma Storm, I guess. But the Dragonite is still trapped, so this is still very reasonable. And I can Protect and Magma Storm here. And yep, there's Overheat, so now they are trapped as well, hopefully. Good. And that's Dazzling Gleam range for both. theoretically. Although I don't outspeed anymore because... yep, so I switched to Walking Wake. And... I should Terra Blast so that the Dragonite is definitely KO'd, because otherwise the struggle could go into the Heatran Protect. Oh, it did break the sub. That's annoying. Well, they've used their Terra. They got a speed boost. Yeah, they're going to win this, but just hasn't Gleam now. I do not see a way out of this. I do not see a way out. So I will just lose to the Dazzling Gleam. And I wouldn't have lost if I had just hit that Magma Storm. That's even more frustrating. Because they went for Draco there, and I would have KO'd the Iron Crown. And then I could have Encore disabled. That's really annoying. Well, the speed boost is gone. But because they're speed boost, they outspeed my Screamtail. So I don't think there's anything I can do. So let's try an Encore here and Magma Storm here. Yeah, if I'd have just hit that, then I would have been sorted. That's really annoying. Because I don't like this matchup. And the fact that I would have been perfectly fine. Like that game 2 was quite unlucky in places. Like that flinch, like I would have won immediately if I didn't flinch. If I'd have hit that Magma Storm, I'm pretty confident I would have won as well. So, because I could have gone for Encore. Because the Iron Crown would have been KO'd, I would have Encored and disabled the Miraidon. And then I would have been okay. So I'm still going with these. These are correct still. Okay, and this time the intention was to Flare Blitz the Miraidon, because surely you don't just let me close combat you. So I'm going to Flare Blitz as you Terra Fairy, and then I'm going to trap the Dragonites. Surely you Terra Fairy here. Like you saw, I just KO'd you. Breaking Swipe, 2 dragons. Like so. I can still play this game. Cool. And I'll sacrifice Restricted for Restricted, but so long as I hit this, I'm content with that. Good. That was me taking a sip from a bottle, by the way. Anyway, so Screamtail, I can disable you. Alright, so they're trapped, so it's better to just double protect first, then disable the Chi Yu. And because the Aerolace is not doing anything, and they're trapped. So, or it's not doing enough, I should say, to be justified. Yep, just null, so I'll disable, and I will trap you as well. Or just get the KO. That's fine as well. Just hit, please, Heatran. That was good damage. Oh, come on! No! That's not reasonable. At least you still can't hit my Heatran very well at all. So let's Terra Dark. So I live the Tachyon Cutter. And this time I'll hit. Or not, it's fine. Cool, and then I can protect and Magma Storm here. That's fine. Because I still can't really deal with the Heatran. And my Walking Wake outspeeds the Iron Crown now. Because they've lost their terrain. And with Beads of Ruin, I think I should be able to get it. So Screamtail just protected. So I will disable here, and again I will attempt to Magma Storm. Yep, just a Snarl, but you can't Snarl my Walking Wake anymore. Yep, Expanded Force won't get me. I'll hit this time. There we go, that's the one. Cool. And that was technically progress.